Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's another episode of Father's Perspective. I'm A Squared, the writer, with my main man, Aunt Petty. Man, let people know who you are, man.
And Petty over at Compound Strength and Conditioning. You can find us on High Street. Address is 3405 High Street in Oakland, California. If you're online, you can find me at Hub Petty, HUBPETTY, on social media platforms.
And also, I gotta throw that out there. I mean, I'm proud of you, man. You coach now too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? It keeps, it keeps. So I just became the running back coach at Skyline, something I'm really, really proud of. But it's the newer part of me. So I'm really getting, I'm a running back coach at Skyline High School, varsity running back coach. We just won our first game. Running backs play well. Really excited just to be a part of their journey and help them get them to the next level.
That's what's up. So it's safe to say, man, you got a lot of experience. Being married with 3 kids, football coach, and a personal trainer. So you know all about teaching. You know what I'm saying? And also learning, because to be able to teach, you got to learn.
For sure.
My question to you is, dating from your first child now to your last child, based on your job, and now your new position too. What have you learned over the course of years to help you become, a better teacher, a better leader? What have you learned?
I think you hit on it. Really, it's the listening part. It's actively listening to whatever conversation, being present in that conversation with both body language and my ears, and not trying to formulate some type of comeback, and just being present, especially if we're talking about my kids, first allowing them to be who they are, not placing my expectations on them, and then just being a guiding light and helping them find different choices and different avenues to be the best and fullest versions of themselves.
Man, well said. Like to, follow that along with that. When you said that, you said listening, like you said, active listening. You know what I mean? Like you could sit there and listen, but are you, actively listen? I love that, because that's synonymous with compassion. You know what I'm saying? I had to look at that word up. Like, what does compassion mean? Like, is that like a deep, like you deeply like somebody?
Yeah.
I had to look it up, and it pretty much means you putting yourself in that person's shoes, and then you decide to act on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so, being in your position is, as well as mine, being a father, with my kids, that's what you got to be a really effective parent, to be a real effective teacher. That's what you have to do. And that helps you take it to another level, because you know how it feels to be in that situation.
Right.
I mean, so if the child is dealing with a problem or an issue or something like that, you think back, take the time out and be like, let me wait a minute. I remember going through that. I remember feeling like that. I remember how this person or that person talks to me. I really didn't like that. So we got to really, when you listen to that child's problem or their concern, and then you try to put yourself in their shoes, they gonna feel that.
Right.
Feel that love.
And or at least respect where you're coming from. And it's funny, like we talk about all these different topics, and it just brings me back to like conversations I used to have with my pops when I was a kid. And one of the things that he would do is I could talk to him about anything, whether I was right or wrong. I remember he got into a fight at Fremont. He had to come up there. He didn't come up there tripping. I just told him what happened. He came up there, police got involved in all this shit. He just sat there and listened. He let me say what I needed to say. And then when we got out of there is when he gave me his feedback. You know what I mean? But in all that, he would always create this space where I could say what I needed to say. Even if at the end of the conversation, they still be like, no, you still gonna do what I told you to do. But what I got from it was, but I want to hear what you have to say, because what you have to say and how you feel is important.
Yeah. And that's key. That's key.
What I took from, they see and they feel respected, and in that way they can then they're more open to what you have to say.
Yeah. So again, listening, the active listening, and then, that compassion, that goes hand in hand. Because you got, listen, but if you don't do nothing, you know what I'm saying, as far as if you respond the wrong way, you push a child away.
Sure. Anybody.
Yeah.
Push anybody away.
Exactly. So, that's if you're watching this, remember that next time your child do something that they're not supposed to do, if they, like you said, get in a fight at school, don't lose your cool. Listen to what happened. You know what I mean? Put yourself in your child's shoes, and it's like, how would I have responded to that? You gotta remember, we was all young little kids at once. You know what I'm saying? So, we can't sit here and say, I would never do that. You know better than that.
Right.
So that's very, very true, man. Good point. So, next time, we'll talk, what I'm saying, we'll probably flip the script a little bit, move on, graduate to something different. And, good talk. So if you watching this and you got any questions or any comments, please, comment. Ask the questions. We want to engage people in this, more the merrier. So, remember, as always, as a parent, your actions speak louder than words. And we're going to leave it with, our favorite quote by Frederick Douglass, that it's easier to build strong children than repair broken men. Until next time, man, y'all be smooth. Peace.